All right, let's talk about something that's probably hitting close to home for a lot of you. This massive challenge for modern leaders, the relentless pressure of being connected all the time. I mean, if you feel like you're stuck in a race that has no finish line, you're always on, but you're losing your focus, then you are absolutely in the right place. Let's dig into why that is and what you can actually do about it.
This quote from Donald Fleming, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's the central paradox we're going to unpack today. This belief that being always on makes us more productive, when the reality is, it might be draining the very skills that make a leader, well, a leader.
You know the drill, right? The late-night emails, the nonstop notifications, the endless back-to-back meetings. We all know the symptoms. But what's the actual condition that we're all dealing with? And here it is. The key thing to get is that hyperconnectivity isn't just about being busy. No, it's a fundamental shift in our entire work culture where the boundaries have just completely vanished. That quick email check before bed? Yep, that's hyperconnectivity. Those constant pings from your phone are basically the soundtrack to this new normal, and believe me, it comes with some serious hidden costs.
And this right here, this confession from a senior leader, wow, it perfectly captures the trap. See, hyperconnectivity sucks you into this reactive loop where you're constantly confusing what feels urgent with what's actually important. You end up being a firefighter instead of the architect of your company's future.
So what's the real price we're paying for all of this? The data? Well, it paints a pretty stark picture, and it goes way beyond just feeling frustrated. It's affecting our work, our health, and even the global economy. First off, it starts with our personal time. Get this, according to the Harvard Business Review, a staggering 80% of executives say they regularly work in the evenings. For the vast majority, the workday just doesn't have an off switch.
And all that extra time working, it takes a serious physical toll. A 2023 Deloitte study found that 77% of leaders report constant fatigue that is directly linked to digital overload. We're not just working more, we are literally running on empty. And here's the kicker. The global impact. The World Health Organization estimates that burnout costs the global economy over $1 trillion every single year. This isn't just a personal problem anymore. It's a massive economic crisis.
But numbers are just numbers. Let's put a human face on this. I want you to meet Sophie. She's a director at a tech company who felt totally trapped by her devices. Every ping felt like an emergency, her days were a blur of meetings, and her nights were just gone, buried under an avalanche of emails. Does any of that sound familiar?
So, Sophie started working with an executive coach from M360 and made two really smart, concrete changes. First, she started using a habit tracker to build positive daily rituals, to bring some consistency and control back to her schedule. Second, she started using a tool called M360 Meet that showed her the actual financial cost of every single meeting, which forced her to ask, is this really worth it? And the results? They were absolutely game-changing. In just 3 months, Sophie slashed her meeting time by 30% and got back 2 full hours every single day for deep, strategic thinking. She found an energy she thought was gone forever. It just goes to show you, intentional change is 100% possible. So what Sophie's story really shows us is that the solution isn't just about time management hacks. It's about fundamentally changing your entire posture as a leader. And that's where a structured system, like the M360 ecosystem, comes in. It's a whole set of tools designed to build a more sustainable and, frankly, a more impactful leadership style.
So, let's break down how a system like this actually works. It's not just one thing, right? It's a whole toolkit. You've got programs to help you clarify your vision and get your team on the same page. You've got an app, like the one Sophie used, to build that daily consistency. Another one that makes the hidden cost of meetings visible, forcing you to be more strategic. And a planner to structure your goals. All together, they create a system to protect your focus and your energy.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great, but where on earth do I even begin? Well, the good news is you don't have to boil the ocean overnight. You can start pulling 3 simple levers right now to start taking back control. First, define your big rocks, the 3 to 5 most important things for the next quarter, and then get really good at saying no to everything else. Second, start measuring your key habits. You know the saying, what gets measured gets managed. And third, before you click accept on any meeting invite, just ask yourself, is this truly worth the collective cost of everyone's time in that room?
All right, now it's your turn. To figure out just how deep you might be in this hyperconnectivity trap, let's do a quick diagnostic, a little self-assessment. And hey, be honest with yourself as we go through these next few questions.
Question 1. Think about it. What is the very first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? Are you immediately plugging into the work matrix with option A, or are you actually protecting your morning focus with option C?
Number 2. Picture a typical weeknight. What's it look like for you? Is the work computer never really off, or have you set, and more importantly, respected, a clear boundary? That little just-in-case feeling in option B, that is a classic sign of hyperconnectivity anxiety.
The vacation test. This one tells you a lot. On your last real vacation, did you actually disconnect and trust your team to handle things? Or did you spend your time off putting out fires just to stay in control? This reveals a ton about your ability to let go.
And what about this? Your calendar is slammed, back-to-back meetings all day. What's your gut reaction? Do you just think, well, this is normal, I'll catch up tonight? Or do you think, this is incredibly inefficient, I have to protect my time?
And last one. At the end of a typical workday, when you finally log off, how do you actually feel? Is it just mental exhaustion from being pulled in a million directions? Or is it a sense of satisfaction, knowing you spent your energy on what truly matters?
So how'd you do? If you found yourself landing on A or B for most of those, that's a pretty clear signal. Look, it's not a judgment. It's just an indicator that your current habits are probably steering you towards burnout. But as we saw with Sophie, you absolutely have the power to change course.
You know, this fantastic quote from Simon Sinek really brings it all home because it perfectly reframes the entire goal. For so long, we've been taught to believe that being busy means being important. But real leadership, true leadership, isn't about activity. It's about impact.
So as you click away from this, I'll leave you with that one simple question to carry with you. Are you striving to be the busiest person you know or the most useful? Because your answer to that question will define not just your own well-being, but the ultimate success of your team.